Hey everybody, Wyoming James checking in with you from the Urban Micro Farm. Well, it is day number 37 and we're on our way out to check on these birds in the garden, so let's give them a look. Well, it looks like once again we had no activity on our little friend the live trap. And let's see if I see two birds. Oops. I see two birds here. Where's the other one at? Oh, here he comes. Look at that. All right, he's the one with the hurt foot. So everybody seems to be all right. I don't know what we're going to do about that one with the foot that's so bad that got chomped. He's not good, but we're going to figure that out. I don't know what we'll do there yet, but let's get him fed and we'll see what we're going to do. All right, so today was the day that we decided we are going to feed the fodder. This is the tray that we're going to feed right there. It's really lush, it's thick. That one I can't see much difference, but it's a day older. And that one's 2 days older, 3 days older, 4 days older, 5 days older, so on. But this guy right here, let's see, I'm doing this all one-handed, so bear with me. Let's see. Okay, so that's zeroed out. The only reason I have that cup on there, hold on, let me. Okay. The only reason I have that cup on there is so that we can get it up above the display. So let's see what this ends up weighing out right now. 1 pound, 5.85 ounces. So I think we were hoping for about 2 pounds. I think that one may go 2 pounds right before we feed it another day, but that's what we're feeding today. We're going to divide that up into threes, see how the birds like it. So let's head out to the pasture. All right, so it is a windy day out here. I'm going to warn you guys right now. It's windy out here on the pasture. Once we step out of the truck, you might not be able to hear me, but we're going to go with it anyway. So let's check on these birds. Hey birds. Hey birds. Who's ready for fodder? Hey birds. Hey birds. They're all doing good. Hey birds. Oh yeah, that's good. Did you see? I don't know if you guys saw that or not. But okay, so fall is definitely in the air. The wind has picked up today, and here's what I've done. If you look at this, I've turned these tractors. If we're facing directly north and south right there on that 2-track, then these tractors are going northwest and southeast, with the door being towards the southeast. I did that to give them just a little bit of protection from the wind here. I did it with all 3 of them, hoping they can get a little break from the wind. Now I do have over here, let's see if I can zoom in on him here. Over here somewhere, oh, he's back there. I have two escapees. Here's the other one over here. Yeah, where are you headed? Well, I know where he's headed. He's out here taking advantage of all those grasshoppers. So yeah, I had 2 of them escape while I was moving the tractor. So they're out here eating all those. Let's go get them some fodder. Okay, so I've got the fodder, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this into about thirds. So let me see if I can do that without killing myself. Yeah, it didn't cut real well. didn't cut real well at all. So what I'm going to do is I've got it basically peeled apart. So I'll go in, I'll feed this, see how they like it, then we'll give them the supplemental grain. So let's go give it a spin. Okay, this is kind of a tough go with the tripod and the birds, so we're just going to go ahead and we're looking at it kind of funny. I don't quite know what to think of it yet. Protein, get your protein. All right, well, they're eating it. All right, so I don't know how this is going to work. I don't know how good the audio is going to be, but I'm going to try this. I'm going to make it kind of short and sweet. The fodder was a hit. They seem to like it. I fed it in this west tractor first, and by the time I made it to the other two tractors and then back again to do water and then the scratch feeds, they had it all gone. It was all gone. So even some of the seeds that hadn't germinated, they gobbled them up. So we fed just over a pound of feed to these birds, high protein feed to these birds, and we started with 5.5 ounces. So now some of you who are on it are going to tell me, well, wait a minute, what about the weight of the pan? 0.2 ounces is what those pans weigh. They're aluminum pans. They weigh 0.20 ounces. So there's not much weight there. So we grew over a pound of food off of 5.5 ounces of grain. So that's a win for us. I am going to mix it up. I'm going to change it up. There's one of our viewers mentioned that I should go check out Jack Spirico's fodder system, and I did, and I like it, and we're going to use that. It's a bucket system, a lot more efficient, a lot more handy for what we're doing here. Those trays, I wanted to do those so that we could see it and so that we could watch the progression every day. Now that that's done, I think we're going to go into the buckets, grow the fodder, and go that direction. Also, I'm going to post just a short clip of the adjustments we made to the chicken dozer, and I'll post those in here somewhere. I don't know. I shot those late yesterday afternoon while I was working on the dozer, but I'll get those going for you too. So, Wyoming James, checking out from the Urban Micro Farm. Adios. In an effort to try to protect these birds in the garden a little better, I'm gonna wrap this thing in hardware cloth. The squares are small enough to keep the hands of those coons out, and the problem is there, I don't know if I'm gonna have quite enough. I might only have 6 foot or so of this, so I'm gonna do my best with what I have around here. I don't want to have to go buy another roll of this hardware cloth, but I'll do what I need to do to protect these birds. So I'm going to give that a go. So I've run completely out of hardware mesh. I only had about 5 foot of that. So I went ahead and used that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these, put those plywood sides on it and then the back. And what that will allow me to do is 2 things. One, it'll keep the 3 sides and about 3 feet of length protected from anything that would be trying to reach through. And then the other thing it'll do is it'll allow me to get rid of that plastic box that we've been letting the birds roost in. So they'll be able to hunker down in that corner. I'll kind of try to keep the closed end of this dozer. I'll try to keep it pointed to the south. That should protect them from any wind or anything that's coming in from that direction. So that's what I'm gonna do, and then I think I've got enough hardware cloth to splice together to go down the front of this, and then I'll have to buy another 5-foot piece for the other side, and that should give me security all the way around this thing. So let's screw it into place.